So, hey Cancer, my name is Chris and this is your beautiful reading for fall and winter, basically the rest of 2026. And I'm doing the Celtic Cross for you. The first card, center of your Celtic Cross, is the Knight of Wands. And by the way, if you might already watched my other videos, you might recognize that I have a different camera and I hope it looks great. Comment down below if you like it or if you like the other version better. There's the death card and look what is happening, right? The jolly good fellow Knight of Wands is kind of totally happy about that. So something had to go, something is gone, but you don't seem to care. There's the Lovers in the foundation, that's beautiful. Playful energy, there's the Justice card in your crown, that's what we always like to see. And there's this interesting combination about the Death card as the crossing energy with the Justice card and the Lovers in the foundation, and you just don't seem to care, so, right? Something left your life, something was kicked out of your life, maybe you kicked it out of your life yourself, maybe you're kicking it out of your life. Depression, maybe just seriousness. You deserve joyfulness. You deserve happy, playful energy. Three of Wands in your recent past. So maybe you weren't sure what's coming. The Chariot is here, super supportive energy. And the Hermit, following your own light. Being yourself a friend, that's very important. Let's just deal it, right? There's the Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, the Strengths card, Not Fighting Windmills, and the Two of Pentacles. I think that was the same with the Leo reading in the outcome. The Knight of Cups. Interesting combination, the Hermit and the Lovers. So that's the story when you want to be open for a relationship, right? That's just on the table. There's the Lovers, right? And the most important thing about the Lovers is that you come as you are, that you're not trying to, impersonate someone that you're not. That would be totally wrong. The Hermit is following his own light. The Hermit can stand on himself, right? The Hermit is not asking, he's not begging for a relationship. He's not, right? He's not, if it happens, it happens. But you have to come as you are. Unapologetically, you, in your authenticity, in your integrity, really letting your light shine. Because only if you do that, only if you come as you truly are, you're kind of attracting someone who is vibing in the same frequency. If you try to wear a mask, if you even try to polish yourself up and present yourself as the best you can possibly be, maybe you can do that for a few hours, right? But it's so much better if you just come as you are, because then you allow other people to do the same. And if they can let their shields down, if they can be seen around you, if you allow other people to see you for who you truly are, then you're kind of inviting people who do the same, who allow you to see them as who they really are. And then you're going to meet someone who is in their own authenticity, in their own integrity. Sorry, not trying to pretend to be someone who they are not. And that's someone you want to meet, right? So come as the Hermit to meet maybe another Hermit to realize that beautiful potential of the Lovers. That's the foundation. Something needed to go. You were looking forward to something and bam, there's the Death card. But you don't seem to care, right? Maybe that Death card is good riddance, whatever it is. I'm not sure. We have to do some clarifiers. You seem to be really happy about it. Joyful. And there's the Justice card. So there is an old love and a new love. What is that? you finally closing a chapter on something old, being open for something new, and that's totally your justice because you deserve that. Chariot is here, super supportive frequency from the universe. You're going your merry way, you're going into the world. The Page of Wands is a little bit naive, right? But do not be naive. The world is full of toxic, narcissistic, antagonistic people, full of pretty strange people who will not always have the best for you in mind, right? So keep that in mind. You can show who you truly are, show your true colors, be authentically in your integrity, be yourself, not wearing a mask. But, there are toxic, narcissistic people who try to maybe play you on your enthusiasm. If you're really excited, if you're really, wearing rosy glasses, make sure that you keep it slow, that you slow and steady enter into whatever that is, which might be a little bit of a challenge because there's the Knight of Wands, totally playful, player energy. Yeah, let's do that, right? Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. You want to speed things up. You want to dive right in, right? And then there's the Chariot, even more speed, even more, drive and support and energy flowing in that direction. But what I would advise you here is to not trying to force anything, right? Tame the lion, don't wrestle the lion. Come as you are, keep it slow, even if everything seems to, there's the Death card here, but everything seems to be in your favor. You deserve this, new opportunities, love is coming in, and balance is restored in the process. So maybe you had to, maybe that is an old chapter of love, of resentment and pain, of you feeling a little depressed maybe. This is over, but don't get too cocky, okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Nine of Pentacles, the clarifier for the Death card is the Chariot. It's just over. A new beginning in love, the Fool card and the Fool card, right? So try not to be too rosy glasses, foolish when you jump into that new relationship. Keep it slow and steady. Don't, one freaking step at a time. There is the Fool card. There is the Knight of Wands. There is the Knight of Cups, by the way, as well. Emotional and passionate fire energy. Tame your own fire, tame your own passion, there's this impulse like, oh yeah, it's happening, it's been a while, the Death card is here, let's get rid of the old and in with the new and be super enthusiastic about it. Yes, by all means, smell the flowers, enjoy your life, but slow and steady. Please, 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 slow and steady, right? There is the Five of Wands with the Justice card. That's not an obstacle. Six of Pentacles. You deserve what's coming here. Six of Pentacles, Justice card, right? Two of Pentacles in the outcome. The Chariot is just, there's the Sun card with the Chariot. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty beautiful. There's the King of Cups. Know yourself, know your emotions, right? If it feels like no, then you say no. Speak your truth, right? It's not the Queen of Cups. You know exactly how you feel, but you have to communicate that. You have to stand your ground, even especially if you're totally excited and you want to please someone and you want to say, oh yeah, it's so great. And even then, especially then, because it's easier for us to override our own feelings and intuition if we're super excited about something. Then we just close one eye and maybe the other eye too, and it's just so rosy glasses, let's just go for it, and why not, and let's say, know what you want, what you don't want, and communicate that you're going, the Sun card, the Ten of Cups, you're totally going for happiness, and I'm super happy for you. You totally deserve this. I don't want to piss on your parade, but all I'm trying to say is don't get cocky, right? Don't overdo it. Don't freak out because suddenly everything just falls into place. It's your destiny. You deserve this. Justice card, Wheel of Fortune. And you're going to do something. This is not just about love, although it is the foundation, right? But it is also about you kind of tapping back into a divine, humble passion in which you're not suffering for passion, but where you actually have some fun with passion, right? You're not learning how to ride your bike and falling on your face like forever. Eventually you get the hang of it, and maybe that old chapter is over with the Death card and the Chariot itself clarified by the Sun card. So it's a brand new day. It's a brand new start. It's something very beautiful. And you're going to have this energy where you just do what you love, right? It's a new spiritual journey. And I think the dark night of the soul is over, which might have been a topic in the last 10 years, probably since 2008. You might not have noticed it the first 9 years since 2008, but certainly the last 9 years since the last 9 years, right? That was pretty dark for decent human beings, right? This is a very important thing, very important quote here. Validate only what is valid. Validate only what is valid. So only say yes to the things that you actually want. Don't sugarcoat anything. Even if you have the rosy glasses on and if you're super excited and there's this aim to please when you're in love, when you're on cloud 7 or whatever, everything is just fine, and you kind of gloss over everything that is not so fine. Be yourself a friend and see reality, meet reality on reality's terms. And if there is something that you don't like, you don't have to amplify it, you don't have to be rude about it. But, with the King of Cups, you speak your truth, always. You never, ever allow yourself to shut up when you need to say something. That's not healthy, that's not good. Don't be too nice to people. Some people will use you if you're too nice to people, right? And we all have been there, love affair, and it seems to be, it was the wrong person, right? So you can fall on your face. If you're too jolly good fellow, Knight of Wands, let's just jump in and don't worry about anything. Keep your eyes open. Be the hermit. If you go into a relationship as the hermit can be on himself. The hermit does not need other people, not even a love relationship, not even that, to complete himself. He is complete in himself, for himself, right? And because he has this inner light within, he doesn't need an external light to complete himself. He is complete within himself. And if you approach it that way, you're just naturally attracting someone on the same frequency who is also self-sufficient in a way, right? Just somebody who is enough for himself or herself, right? And if you love yourself, if you truly respect yourself, it's not about selfishness or grandiosity or narcissism, but you need a healthy amount of egoism in order to help other people, in order to be of service of other people. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you always have to make sure that you're okay, that you stand in your own light, and you speak your truth. And you only validate what is valid. No sugarcoating anything, no aim to please. And if you go into that, in that frequency, looks pretty good. And you're going to meet the same that you put out there in frequency. That's too much information. I can't even read my own handwriting. So you get another quote. Never lie. That's a big one. If you feel like you're around people where you feel like it's kind of necessary to lie, and a lie, when is a lie a lie? Does it start when we sugarcoat stuff? Does it start when we validate if something is actually not valid? When we, smile, when we actually feel like saying, wait a minute, that was not okay. Speak up. Don't smile over it. You know what I mean? Never lie, and never lie to yourself. That's the most important thing. Always be true to yourself, and then the other person kind of feels safe to be themselves too. Give yourself more credit. You're doing the best you can. Cut yourself some slack. Well done. You deserve this. You deserve this. There's justice. There's the Two of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, Chariot with the Sun card, Page of Wands with the Ten of Cups. Beautiful. Yeah, and don't ask for permission. Set your intention, state your will, and yeah, I guess this is about authenticity and not aiming to please. Maybe that was connected to that death card, right? The last chapter that didn't went so well. There's closure here and a beautiful new beginning. Number 5 is multi-dimensional healing, love and prayer. Blue Angel Oracle deck. I love this a lot. Are you willing to let go of the fear and worry that serve no useful purpose in your life? If so, healing is available to you right now. Through the grace of love, the past, present and future can be healed. Invite healing into your life through prayer. Talk to the angels and ask for their help. There's a sacred flame within you that can be activated by your command. Activate it now. The angels will help you if you believe and trust. At this very moment, you are being filled with healing light. Accept and do not doubt it. If tears flow, let them, for this too is part of your healing process, right? That which is most precious is inside you, right? The light of the hermit, that is the inner light, and that is the most precious, and you protect that light. You don't allow anybody to treat you shitty. You don't allow narcissistic, toxic people in your life. If something is off, you speak your truth, right? And you only speak your truth if someone is deserving of that. If someone is trying to piss you off just for the sake of it, you don't even defend yourself, engage with these people, don't personalize anything. But since we're talking about the lovers here, you're probably going to meet someone who you are, who is worthy of your explanation and of your truth. So speak it, don't sugarcoat it, don't hide yourself, let your light shine. Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. I feel like you already have this gentle touch, right? The best indicator, if you, oh, that was one light is going down. If you feel like you can truly be yourself, a friend or a good partner in relationship is someone who allows you to be 100% who you truly are. That's the best indicator. So it looks fantastic, and that's all I got before my other light gets out. Share, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think about it. And there's even the yearly reading for 2026. Check that out as well. If you like your full picture of your birth charts, sun, moon, and rising signs usually makes a lot of sense. Now, goodbye, my friend. Ciao.